Welcome to our executive interview series at the UiPath on Tour Public Sector Conference presented by FedScoop. I'm Wyatt Cash and we're here with John Steinman, Intelligent Automation Lead at Accenture Federal Services. John, thanks so much for joining us. And I'd like to start by asking, can you talk a little bit about where AI and automation have significantly impacted your organizations and those you work with?
Absolutely. So Accenture is one of the world's largest IT and professional services companies. We operate over 10,000 automations for customers around the world, and we feel strongly that automation is table stakes for a modern organization. Here within Accenture Federal Services, we've adopted that mantra and we are implementing automation to drive operational efficiency across our government partners' missions. We've adopted that for our own procurement and finance and self-service of our employees to help them refocus their efforts on driving mission value for government agencies. Excited to partner with the IRS to work on delivering automation for taxpayer and employee experience, specifically around the Commissioner's efforts to digitize tax forms and make those available for processing.
And then next, for government agencies that are starting to explore AI and automation, what advice would you give them about ensuring a smooth and effective implementation?
Well, is it cliche to say, just get started? I think a lot of our successful clients have established a center of excellence very early on, and I think there's a couple key principles that we look for. I think the first one is our COE should establish process and governance for the adoption of responsible AI, really driving enablement and awareness of these new capabilities for our federal customers. I think the second thing is aligning on stakeholders. When we think about automation, we think about transforming the way we do business in federal and the way we operate. I think that takes transformation, and a lot of the folks you'll hear from today at the event can talk to you about those journeys. And I think lastly, aligning to business value. This is probably the most important thing, is not getting focused on the specific tool, but getting focused on how we implement that in a government context and really how that's going to impact the end user so that we can provide better experiences for the American public. And one last thought, I think our partners here at UiPath have provided a product in their automation suite that allows all of that to happen. So this automation framework applies to business process discovery, automating business processes, as well as the adoption of AI and ML to improve the way government works.
Well, John Steinman, thank you so much for joining us here at the UiPath on Tour Public Sector Conference. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me. Excited to represent Accenture Federal Services.